Notorious Melbourne crime matriarch Kath Pettingill, also known as Granny Evil, has died at the age of 91. She was mother to some of our most infamous criminals and the inspiration behind popular Australian film Animal Kingdom.
The name Kath Pettingill will be forever linked to Melbourne's underworld. Crime was part of her family's DNA. In all, Pettingill had 10 children, and her family paid the price for living a life of violence. Her eldest son, Dennis Allen, a suspect in a dozen murders, died of a drug-induced heart attack in 1987. He was in prison at the time. Two other sons, Trevor Pettingill and Victor Pearce, were tried for the Walsh Street murders in which 2 police officers were gunned down. They were both later acquitted. Victor himself would be killed in 2002 at the height of Victoria's gangland wars. Kath Pettingill was a former prostitute who went on to run brothels, all while raising her children. A money dispute in 1973 led to a shooting in which she lost her eye. Such was her notoriety, it was said that Jacki Weaver's character in the 2010 film Animal Kingdom was based on her. In her latter years, Kath Pettingill tried to live a quiet life in Venus Bay. It was where she died on the weekend from dementia, aged 91. The end of another chapter in Melbourne's bloody underworld history.
There'll never be another Kath Pettingill. She was a product of her age. Her kids all went on pretty much to become notorious criminals, most significant crime matriarchs, known to a generation of cops and villains, and even my kids as Granny Evil. I mean, she had the greatest brood of crims that Victoria's ever produced.
All I can say is to the 2 persons involved, they can run, but they can't hide.
But I didn't think I was notorious. I didn't think that I was this matriarch. I didn't think I was anything like that. I didn't think I was as bad as they made out.
Probably about 11 or 12, she prayed to Satan that she would have 10 children.
The first of her 10 children is Dennis, who will become one of Australia's worst criminals, killing at least 5 people and possibly as many as 12. And her next child, Peter, born about a year later, go to live with Kath's mother. The boys have a brutal upbringing with their grandmother and her boyfriend.
They were bad drunkards and they used to drink red wine every night. And every second night I'd get belted with a pot stick or something, or Dennis would be belted, you know. And it was a really horrible existence.
The 2 boys are led to believe that Kath is their big sister, who's left home with a small-time criminal named Billy. Of her 10 children, 5 will become notorious criminals. Dennis, rapist, drug dealer and ruthless killer. Peter, violent armed robber and drug dealer. Victor, murderous gangster and accused cop killer. Jamie, armed robber, drug addict. And Trevor, violent drug dealer and accused cop killer. A daughter, Vicky, will give birth to Kath's first grandson, Jason, who will also get sucked into his uncle's criminal lives. Kath's eldest son, Dennis Allen, grows into a vicious teenage street thug, and at 18, he ends up in jail. Witnesses to another killing agree to testify against him, and he's finally arrested and handed his first murder charge. But it comes too late. Dennis dies in 1987, his body weakened by years of drug abuse. After his death, it emerges that Dennis has been feeding information to the police.
Dennis Allen was providing information to the homicide squad, which it turned out he was actually killing the people and then providing information where the bodies could be found, saying other people had killed them.
The homicide squad said, "Don't you think it's about time you tell us where all the bodies are so that we can let the family bury them?"
The death of Kath Pettingill's eldest son, Dennis, brings his murderous drug empire to an end. With Dennis dead and his brother Peter back in jail for another long stretch, Two of Kath's younger sons, Victor and Trevor, now move to centre stage. Two police constables are patrolling on the night shift in South Yarra. They are Constables Steve Tynan and Damien Eyre. It's just before 4 a.m. They answer a radio call to investigate an abandoned car in Walsh Street.
So I wonder if you can slip down to Walsh Street in South Yarra. White, old sedan, not knowing what the rego is.
October the 12th, 1988 is a standout date in the history of crime in Australia. On this day, a line is crossed. A criminal taboo is broken.
Hot white, yeah, it's definitely stolen. Just have a look around, I'll get the rego, then we'll call it in.
Two young constables are lured to Walsh Street, South Yarra in Melbourne, and they're executed.
Senior Constable Tynan was hit in the head and Constable Eyre blasted in the back as he looked on from outside.
Victor's home is demolished, the backyard dug up, and every particle examined for evidence. It's suggested to the investigators that if Victor was involved in the killings, then the key might be to question Kath's grandson, Jason. Jason has had enough of his violent world with Kath's sons. Jason agrees to testify against his uncles. Meanwhile, the war goes on. Police resume their operation against the armed robbers, and two more are shot and killed. Both of them also happen to be prime suspects in the Walsh Street murders.
Victor Pearce's name was linked with drug dealing.
Victor Pearce, his half-brother Trevor Pettingill, and their associates Anthony Lee Farrell and Peter David McAvoy are charged with the Walsh Street murders. They're immediately sent to Pentridge Prison's notoriously violent H Division. The prosecution reveals that, in addition to Jason, they have a new star witness. She gives police a detailed account of Victor's planning and the direction of the executions. But as the trial's about to get underway, she suddenly withdraws her testimony and the police case collapses. Jason's evidence alone is not enough to convince the jury, and the four men are acquitted. As the news breaks, police across Victoria are sent a special radio message urging them to control their anger.
Well, all they found was they're not guilty. They're certainly not saying they're innocent. They had a doubt. It's reasonable doubt.
Inside the car, the scenes of jubilation continued.
Good as gold. Good as gold.
What about you, Kath? You got your boy home?
Oh, my oath, I've got him home. Family's nearly all complete now.
He feels sorry for the families of the two policemen killed.
They've been deceived all this time that we are the ones what done it, when in fact we aren't.
The 42-year-old was sitting in his parked car in the busy Bay Street shopping centre. Another vehicle pulled up alongside. A man got out and fired several shots.
A few years after the acquittals, Victor Pearce is shot dead.
Well, I'm glad Victor died the way he did, because he wasn't mutilated, he wasn't hurt. You know, he went quick.
Kath retires to a quiet life in the Victorian seaside town of Venus Bay. Trevor lives nearby. Kath's other son, Peter, who has spent most of his adult life behind bars, has no contact with her.
I have not got a relationship with Kath Pettingill, nor do I need one, nor do I want one. Simple as that.
No, I don't want him here. He doesn't know where I live. And if you try and find out where I live, I'll think that you'll get short shift down the shops, because they won't tell you. Leave me alone. Get on with your own life, leave me alone.
Kath is also estranged from her grandson Jason and her daughter Vicky, who remains under witness protection.